I'm surprised we've still got a pandemic going on. What with all the immunology experts and NLP practitioners and trainers saying how they can cure it. I just did another little search on YouTube. I typed in NLP immune. I thought, let's just see what comes up. It's actually quite horrifying. The first video that came up on my list was from a very well-known co-creator of NLP. I shan't name them, but essentially they're giving you the explanation of why the visualization of imagining yourself in a super healthy condition, remembering the times in your life where you were super healthy, is clinically and research proven to boost your immune system, to strengthen your immune response. And this is why he's never been ill. Well, it's a funny old thing, but some people, he claims, because he's traveling the world and exposing himself to lots of people all the time, he's very susceptible to diseases. And his visualization techniques are why he doesn't get ill. And he's actually touting this as a way to prevent yourself getting COVID. Mind-blowing to me. I used to work as a nurse. Now, when I was a student nurse living in hospital accommodation, I don't think there was a week that went by in those 3 years I didn't have a sore throat, a runny nose, an ear infection, chesty cough. I basically got every bloody disease known to man. And I wasn't the only one. There was quite a few people who were very vulnerable during that time as well. Now, this didn't really surprise me. I'm living in a hospital and I'm living in close quarters with other people as well and going to lectures with large numbers of people. The amount of illnesses I'm being exposed to on a constant basis. Towards the end of the third year of training, I stopped catching all of those diseases. And I recognized that actually throughout my time as working clinically as a nurse, my immune system was pretty damn good. And I spoke to people about it, and staff said, well, that's because you've had so many exposures, low-level exposures, you developed quite a good immune response. Teachers report the same thing, and so on, and clinicians generally. When I stopped working in hospitals and started doing other jobs, I recognized that I was once again susceptible to coughs, colds, flus, all that kind of stuff. Just general hoi polloi. It had nothing to do with any visualizations I was doing. It's a constant low-level background exposure that does this, and constantly getting ill with all these different bloody viruses. Now, with COVID, the infection affects so many people differently. The vast majority of people will never develop a single symptom. Certainly in this household, I went down with COVID good and proper, developed into long COVID, good and proper, and was ill for 15 months. My wife had no symptoms whatsoever. Now, meanwhile, we've had a whole, in where we live here, the next door neighbour has suffered horrendously from COVID. And further down the way, we have people who were, they're new age people. And they basically are yoga instructors and so forth. They pretty much believe that the whole COVID thing is overplayed. It's no worse than cough, cold, flu. It's something that is largely being exploited by government, all the standard conspiracy stuff. Guess who got COVID? Well, they all did. And guess who got it pretty bad? They all did. Of course. All those beliefs, all those new age techniques, all those visualizations didn't help them. They got pretty ill. Now, meanwhile, there's plenty of people who don't get ill at all, while worldwide intensive care departments are full. The majority of people will be exposed to COVID, their families will be exposed to COVID, and they won't know a single person who was made ill. A lot of people will get it very mildly. They'll have symptoms for a few days and recover. Now, some of those people will be NLP trainers. Some of those people will be coaches, alphabet therapists, tappers, all the whole hoi polloi. And they will, of course, the moment they have symptoms, quick start tapping, quick visualizing, moving your eyes, doing whatever it is they do. And of course, they will get it mildly because so many people do. They will make the attribution that it's their proven technique that did it. Those who don't get it at all will claim it's because they've got a strong immune system and so forth. Well, just have a look how many hospital staff are dead who have been working with COVID patients, or not, as the case may be, who have caught it and died. They were people who had very strengthened immune systems, as I did in working in hospitals, as most of my colleagues did. Their immune system didn't help them. Hey, let's expose them to fucking smallpox, the NLP trainers I'm talking about. Let's just see if they can cope with that. Anyway, let's make a list of diseases. The conceit, the arrogance, the sheer dangerous level of self-reporting of expertise that these people are coming up with, I find absolutely staggering. I thought we were over this. I thought people had really sort of clued up. Just take a look. Type in NLP immune. They're not using the word COVID very much. They're referencing it in the videos, but not putting it in the description because they get downlisted by the algorithms. It's absolutely flabbergasting. I don't know what to say. Well, I do actually. I've probably just said it.